Good afternoon, guys. Mike here with Woodsman's Gear and Wilderness Warriors on YouTube. I've got a tabletop and demonstration review here of a headlamp. It is by UST and it is called the Enspire. Now this headlamp is advertised as 230 lumens. It is also a variable focus beam. Basically, it moves the lens in and out in order to make the spotlight wider. It doesn't actually have a flood mode, but as the reflector moves in closer, it allows that beam to spread out a little bit more. It's very interesting. It does have a squarish patterned LED in it that is kind of interesting. It's different than other lights that I've played with for sure. It is also advertised as being waterproof, IPX4 rating, drop proof to 1 meter. It has 3 lighting modes. 230 lumens is high, will run for 10 hours. It's listed as a 140 meter beam, 4700 CD. Medium level is 115 lumens at 20 hours, supposed to be a 100 meter beam, 2500 CD. Low level is 25 lumens, 160 hours runtime, 45 meter beam advertised, 530 CD. Let's see here. It is a 3-strap headband with a remote battery pack and runs on 3 AA's instead of AAA's. So let me tilt the camera down here and I'll show you the operation of the light itself. It is pretty simple. So we have the light in the front. It's a little bit larger. This light, let's get a weight on it real quick. Clear that out. This is with 3 Energizer AA's, 7 ounces. Not bad, I don't think, for a remote battery pack headlamp. Fully adjustable on both the top strap and the side strap. The 3 AA battery pack case is directly in the rear. It also has a nighttime red LED tracking bar on it with its own separate button on the side. It is a rubber push button, again for complete waterproofness of this pack itself. So one push gives you solid red, second push blinks red, and that is it. And that's so people can identify you. If you're walking at night, they can see you far enough ahead, or if you're riding a bicycle, people can see you from behind. Pretty interesting feature, I think. There's a little bit of curly-Q cord here to allow the expansion of the headband. In the front, we have a round lens. Underneath that, you'll see this little white slider here, or clear slider. That is the focus that basically moves the light itself back and forwards from the reflector. Not sure if that's all that visible there. Your on-off button is on the top. It has a double pivot system on each side, and through the one on the left-hand side is where the cord actually goes through the pivoting system. Underneath, it shows you that is the slider, so it's a 1:4 by magnification, I guess you could say, is how it zooms in and out. And underneath that, you can see the notches there. That is the adjustment notches as this tilts forward and back. You can hear it snapping in. Very positive snap. I would imagine over a lot of hard use that those would wear down like any other. But it does definitely lock into place really, really well. I do like that. There is padding on the back of the forehead pad, as well as the strap itself goes over it. It is removable from it via the slots here. You can take the strap out if you wanted to for some reason. So let's go through the lighting modes here. One click brings on high beam, and like I said, you can see that that's a square-ish pattern, and that is zoomed out. Now we are zoomed in, back out, in. That is medium. And that should be 160, nope, 115 lumens on medium. That is low. And we will zoom in. Out. Pretty easy to get used to once you remember where the slider's at. It's easy to grab. It would be kind of hard or difficult if you had gloves on, but we'll see here. That is 25 lumens. And then you have an SOS mode. And that is it for the light modes on this. So you have zoom in high, medium, and low. And you have the SOS mode as well as the red LED tracking light in the rear. All right, so I'm going to put this on, and we're going to step outside and demonstrate in the dark. All right, this is the high beam at 230 lumens, and it is zoomed in for the longer distance. I'm going to zoom out here to a broader, wider beam. As you can see, it's sort of roundish, but then it definitely has corners on it that are rounded over. It is a pretty large pattern. I really kind of like it. It's different, but it covers a broad enough area to certainly be very useful. So that is on high. We got medium here. That is the wide beam on medium. I still have really good distance with it, even on zoomed out. And we're going to zoom in. You can see a very good distance. That one definitely looks a lot more square in its pattern. And now we're going to do low. That is 25 lumens. In the camera you can still see the white trim over there. I can see it a lot better with my eyes than the camera is picking up. That is zoomed in for long distance, and we're going to go out and go wide. And I'm not sure how much the camera's picking up. It really doesn't look a whole lot different in my eyes. But definitely looks different on camera. Very, very useful at 25 lumens, especially with the 100 hours runtime. You could easily see to navigate through trails and stuff with this. I can still visibly see stuff and make out exactly what it is 50, 60, 70 feet away. Even black items that are very dark at night and blending in, still you can make out the edges and all. So still very useful at 25 lumens. And there you have it. The UST 3 AA remote battery pack headlamp. Thanks for watching.